Into our meditation. You want to relax? You want to be here now? You want to be present? You want to get into the spirit of what you truly desire? To be here on purpose. To relax. Relax your body. Relax your mind. Release all tension. Every muscle. You want to get loose as ashes. Just let everything just flow. Remember that I am the energy. I am the light. I am the light. I am the energy that moves this body, that thinks to and through it. Relax your feet, legs, calves, thighs, lower abdominal. Remember, I am a spiritual being living in a physical body. Bring this physical body to the screen of your mind. See it. And see your body the way you want to see it. See it strong, vibrant, beautiful, abundant, filled with light, love, prosperity, abundance, strength, power. See it rotating in front of you. I want you to light up every bone in the body. Light up every bone. Every muscle, every organ, every cell, every nerve ending, end to end. Every unit from the inside out, vibrating with the perfect law of vibration. Strong, healthy, vibrant from the inside out. This is yours. Bring it to the now. Become one with it, every energy center, perfect balance, perfect harmony. Mind, body, and soul, perfect alignment. Relax your shoulders, arms, hands, neck, jaw, tongue, eyes. Forehead to the crown on your head. I want you to see yourself standing on top of Mother Earth. And to the bottom of your right base foot, I want you to see that this energy is coming in, flowing into your root energy. Root chakra coming, flowing through your left leg and out of your left leg, back to Mother Earth. This energy is flowing in through your right leg, circulating, and releasing all fears, doubts, worries, negativity, anger, hate, jealousy, anything negative that you could think of. All the images in the past, they didn't belong to you. You've used ideas. Release the negative, send it back to Mother Earth, purifying, realigning. I want you to see this cosmic energy coming in the crown of your head, flowing, filling, releasing, regenerating, rejuvenating, anything negative, flowing into your brain, eyes, nose, throat, mouth, neck, chest, arms, hands. Coming down, meeting this energy, becoming one light. Mother Earth, cosmic energy. This is who I am. See it, feel it. This is you. Welcome back. All month we're going through Power of the Subconscious Mind. Last night we had our seminar. And we will continue on, wrapping it up. The subconscious mind is an expression of a connection and a level of connection of the same thing we call mind. It's a different process of the mind. Subconscious still conscious. Subconscious is still superconsciousness. Subconscious is still consciousness. It's all the function of consciousness. But it is a different side of the function. When we talk about the subconscious, we are talking about the appropriation of active memory. We can go to the past, where we classified and filed images with symbolism. We can keep going to that past of the symbols and reusing those ideas, those old way of thinking. Or we can go into infinite intelligence, because you can tap into the past just as well as you can tap into the future. But what I see that is one of the most difficult things for the comprehension of this information and for people is they've never really learned how to focus on one thing for a long period of time. It's so easy to go to the files of the past and know what you already know, what you've learned from them, from the people, the environment you've been, you've seen. You know that so well. And you don't have to think to do that. This is why it's so easy to go back to the past. It is hard or harder when you first start using a muscle that you've never used to begin to appropriate energy into it, to focus with it. Not because we can't, but because we've never really done it. You can go to the past. That's so simple, so easy. Why? Because you've practiced that for how long? You've got that mastered. But to develop a new skill, to develop a new direction, a goal, something in life that you want to see, this is something entirely new. Well, this takes skill. This takes will. It takes focus. It takes a burning desire. This is why. Many times you have a burning desire towards something, you get up and you just go do it. When we get to the point where we want something so bad that you can taste it, it gets you up in the morning. Now you're working with the right goal. But yet so many people don't comprehend the art of goal creation. You've got to imagine the state and then fulfill it. You've got to imagine the state fulfilled, and then your responsibility is to move in that direction. And this is where we miss the mark. Not because we can't, but because we're not used to doing things that we don't know how to do. We're not used to stretching our mind, focusing on our mind for long periods of time. to the directive of that reality. And it strains our brain, strains our mind, strains our eyes. We're not used to focusing for that long. That's it. The brain, the mind is like a muscle. And when you're not used to using it, you strain towards doing it. But as you continue the work, it begins to become more easy. You begin to see the muscles. Just as it's just the same thing as working out. You don't work out, you don't get the result. You begin to work out, and you work out every day. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months later, you're seeing the changes. The muscles are getting muscle memory. Why? Because you decided to work them, and they're getting the memory of the new action reaction because of the thought. Thought, feeling, action. The thought produces the new active realization of what a new movement is, a new brain patterning is. And when we look at brain patterning and we look at reality, you're really seeing the composite of their ideas. People are mirroring minds, mind mirroring majority of the time each other. Of course you wouldn't have any more. Of course you all would look the same. Of course you would live in the same area. Of course you would have more or less the same zip codes. Of course you would earn more or less the same money. Why? Because we keep mirroring the same minds from where we came into, the family, the friends, the people that we know, and we keep adapting and relating to them, and we never mirror a mind greater than what we see, hear, taste, touch, smell. Although we can mirror the minds of people that have gone beyond, we decide to use our intelligence to mirror common people, common results, common habits, common behavior. Why not mirror people that are uncommon? Because that's not normal. And rare do you find somebody that's not normal. Normally you're working with common people. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but I don't want to be common. I never have. I never will be, because I never was. I never was. I was always different. But that difference is the true me. And if I want to be free, I've got to be me. If I want to be free, I've got to be me. So that indicates that I better know who I am. And to know who I am, I need to know what I want to explore. I need to know where I'm going. I need to know where my ideas will fulfill space, time, and reality. Knowing the work on knowing who I am has delivered a continual, productive reality. The learning of who I am and what I am capable of has continued the exploration of my consciousness into regions and places that are unknown, uncommon. But this willingness to go into the unknown, to learn, to adapt to the unknown, keeps bringing me more fulfillment, uncommonality, creativity, a understanding beyond what we hear, see, taste, touch, smell. And when we look at this adaptation of the willing to learn what we don't know, the willing to comprehend what we don't know, to live the way we've never lived, allows you to become whoever you want to be. It allows you to be whoever you don't want to be. Now, I played with many different words. I played with many different functions. I played with many different expressions in the last couple of minutes. And those are all deviated patterns of a consciousness. But if you really look to the root cause of it all, was the willingness to stretch itself. Mind patterning, mind mirroring, When you're willing to stretch, you grow. Goals are not to get, they're to grow. As you set a goal, you become less of what you were because you had to adapt to the changes to have what you wanted to see. Power of the subconscious mind could be anything you wanted it to be. And the willingness to understand the power of your subconscious mind is what will allow you to adapt to see the unseen world. See your visions become reality. That, my good sir, is a wonderful thing. That, my good madame, is everything you could ever want to be. When you're willing to do the work. That's all we long for, is it not? To go beyond, to have, to see, to feel, beyond where we've ever been. We have untapped reservoirs. I'm going to play this video. Got a little bit of an older video of Bob here. Let's take a look at it. Coming through, Zach. That's interesting. Adapting to the change. Here we go. Let's see here. Willingness to adapt. Here we go.
Question John or I have given you. You've got involved in every exercise. The goal is firmly established. You've got the picture. And now you're prepared to make your move. Now, this is what we call the moment of truth. This is where you exercise your natural risk-taking ability. We mentioned right at the beginning of this series, when we referred to that beautiful little baby, that baby is a natural-born risk-taker. So are you. So am I. So is everyone. Our problem is we have many shackles that we pick up as we move along the road. Fear holds us back from literally living our dreams. And that's the only kind of life that we want to be involved in. Let's choose to live the way we really want inside. Now, Abraham Maslow's pointed out that you're either going to step forward into growth or you're going to step back into safety. There's no compensation in playing it safe. Pay particular attention to this part of the You Were Born Rich program that has been designed for you. Let yourself get involved in it. Understand that fear is holding us back. Understanding and courage is going to enable us to break through that barrier. Now, you know, everything that we've covered up to this point is going to help you understand this particular lesson. How many of you have set goals in the past and you come right up, but the fear inside stops you and you back away? How many of that happened to? Everyone has experienced that. You know, Abraham Maslow one time said you will either step forward into growth or you'll step back into safety. That safety could be a prison. Is Janet Hall in our audience? Is Janet here? Janet was in a seminar recently, and she gave me a poem. And she said, would you like to have this? And I read it, and I said, yeah, I sure would. And this is the first time I've shared it with anybody, but I don't know who wrote it. Janet might have wrote it. She didn't say whether she had or not. But at any rate, I got her name, and I marked it on the poem. And I am indebted to her for it because it's so good. In a moment, you will be too. Here we're talking about risks. This is incredible. says to laugh is to risk appearing the fool. To weep is to risk appearing sentimental. To reach out to others is to risk getting involved. To show your feelings is to risk exposing yourself. To place your ideas, your dreams before the crowd is to risk their loss. To love is to risk not being loved in return. To hope is to risk pain. To try is to risk failure. But risk must be taken. It absolutely must be taken, because the greatest hazard in life is to risk nothing. The person who risks nothing does nothing and has nothing. You may avoid suffering and sorrow, but you simply cannot learn, feel, change, grow, live, or love. Chained by your certitudes, you will be a slave. Only the person who risks is free. Or taken. It absolutely must be taken, because the greatest hazard in life is to risk nothing. The person who risks nothing does nothing and has nothing. You may avoid suffering and sorrow, but you simply cannot learn, feel, change, grow, live, or love. Chained by your certitudes, you will be a slave. Only the person who risks is free. That'll take on even more meaning as I get into this lesson. I have here a letter, a newsletter, that come from a very dear friend of mine. He's a minister in Atlanta, Jay Dishman. And I used to go and listen to Jay every weekend because I liked his ideas. I liked his way of communicating his ideas. He put them in terms that you could take them and you could use them. He said, recently I visited Alcatraz prison. Once it housed the most hardened of criminal. Today it's open for tours under the direction of the United States Parks Department. Many men have tried to escape Alcatraz, but no one is known to have succeeded. As I listened to the tour guide explain the impossibility of escape, I thought of other prisons equally as confining as Alcatraz, but where the doors are never locked, no guards walk the walls, escape is encouraged and, in fact, possible. And he said, that prison is habit. You want to really be consciously aware of what you're doing. Is it a habitual thing you're doing every day? Is that what's controlling your life, your destiny? Or are you choosing and going in the direction of your dreams? He said, our habit of thinking about ourselves and our environment is either a jail or a paradise. We just have to look around us to see people who are rich emotionally and materially because they think and feel rich. We also see people who are laden with emotional and material debt because they think lack. Some are inspired with vision. Others, unfortunately, are encumbered by doubt. So rich. We also see people who are laden with emotional and material debt because they think lack. Some are inspired with vision. Others, unfortunately, are encumbered by doubt. Some are moved by ambition. Others are paralyzed by fear. Some feel free to change. Others feel safer in monotony. Some reach for the mountaintops. Others huddle in the pits. Some seek opportunity, others just wait for it to knock. The sad fact is that more people are confined by their thoughts than are freed by them. Negative thinking shuts us in a prison. But there is a way out. Jay goes on to say, the Apostle Paul said, be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Paul knew a lot about prisons, both physical and mental. He emphasized the mental prison by knowing we get exactly what we set ourselves up to experience. And that's exactly what John was talking about a moment ago. Now, before I get into the real important part of this letter, or of this particular lesson, I want to go back and touch on something that we covered a moment ago, but I didn't go into it too deeply. Now, let's stop and think. Here's your mind. Most of us are conditioned, and remember what conditioning is, nothing but a mass of habits. We're conditioned to take all of our information from our sensory factors. We have been programmed on a physical level from the time we're children. Look at me, listen to this. Don't you see that? And that's how we're trained and conditioned to learn. So it's natural that we should let our material, our physical, or our results control our thinking. Now we know there are two polarities. I pointed out on this side is ignorance, and its polar opposite is knowledge. Now, an ignorant person does not understand that they can operate with their intellectual factors, they can choose the picture and get emotionally involved, and they can see the results come about in their life. They don't understand that they're letting their results control their thinking. So they set a goal, but then they look for the signals that it's going to happen. Where they start to look at the empty bank account, the wealth, it's no good. It's not there. We don't know if we're going to have enough money to keep going. And what we do at that point, we forget our goal and we start to worry. And then we doubt ourselves, and it's a negative experience. It's a psychic disease. That worry instantly and automatically turns into an emotional state called fear. Now, keep in mind, you're working with the central nervous system. It is the most incredible electrical system in the universe. This can happen in less than a millisecond, and there's 1,000 of them in a second. That energy that we call fear, that negative energy, must be expressed through the only medium it can be expressed through, and that's this thing that you live in, your physical body. And it expresses itself in a negative vibration that's more commonly known as anxiety. I had someone talk to me here just about an hour ago about anxiety.
Takeaways.
A lot of takeaways, and something that stays on me is the only person that take a risk is free. Means that you're whatever you want, see, if you don't take a risk, don't gonna happen. With everything that we've been learning on these days, yes, we have to find the knowledge, be prepared with this information and specific knowledge of whatever we want to acquire, to be prepared. And more we study, more prepared for the risk we are. But the only way to acquire whatever we want, we have to step in on fear, or on step in on risks. We have to. is the only way to achieve whatever we want. And like Bob says, Abraham Maslow say, you have just two ways: or you step in risk to achieve whatever you want to be succeed, or you step back to your fears and your safety. That means your paradigm. Step back to your paradigm. So the only way is step in on risk, be prepared, prepare yourself, and step in on risk to achieve whatever you want.
Very good. Everything he talked about was the subconscious mind. There's no place where you don't find the subconscious mind. Every illustration he was giving was consciousness. Consciousness works from either the program or from the future. You may say, what is he saying? What does that mean? You are either working from what you know or what you're going to learn. You're either working from what you know or what you're willing to learn. So many people, they do not want to learn anymore. So they go back to what they know. We have this hidden power. This hidden power is evenly present. But this hidden power adapts to the way you use it. We have active light inside of us. Active light. This active light is all power. All powerful. You are all power. But you don't know yourself yet. You still think that you're just a body. We live down here in the physical world. But we also live in the spiritual world. You have an image up here just the same way you have an image down there. You don't see your images, you don't see your ideas, but you see the reflection of them down here. You are connected to the memory box that's infinitely larger than all the time that the people have been expressing their knowledge. You could go into this box and access infinite intelligence. Because this box is wide open. This memory is infinite. So you can access the biggest memory bank in the universe. But the average individual does not stay there or use that. The average individual thinks, that means they think, so they go to their box, and the information goes back to them, and then it lights up on the screen of their mind. You see that? They could go to the imagination, but they don't accept that idea. So they go in here, over and over and over and over, and here comes the ideas. Retrieval of the assets. Retrieval of other people's assets. If you were just to begin to understand what I'm saying and begin to think from a vision, you will outsoar anyone. Why would you outsoar anyone? Listen to what I'm saying. If you were to begin to do what I'm telling you to do, if you were to begin to work from infinite intelligence, gather your ideas from a vision and strategically strategize. Use a strategy. Open up more spaces. Think, imagine, and let these ideas come back to you. If you were to do this, you would stick out like a giraffe amongst sheep. Why? Because nobody's doing that. It's rare you find people that are only working from their vision on purpose. Everyone else is used to using this. We work in a crowd of people that access and apply the same 95, 98% group knowledge over and over again, thinking they're going somewhere different. All they're doing is replaying somebody else's past. They're not going to ever go anywhere different. If you're following their lead, you too will experience what they experience. Why? Why would you get more or less the results? Yes, you are living an individualized experience. Yes, it is individualized. Yes, you aspire to more. But you're using their group way of thinking. So you may be just a little bit different outer ring. But they're all more or less the same. You may surround yourself with different people, different places, different plots, different circumstances, but they're more or less in the same zip code, more or less the same amount of money. Because these people are using the same value creation, the same value production, the same value thoughts. They're going back to these people's inherited knowledge. You think you're going to go anywhere different? '95, '98. If you begin to understand what I'm telling you, begin to think differently. If you don't work with a vision, from a vision, you go back to the old self. You're working with a new vision on purpose. You will gather the ideas and group them together for a new reality. Or you're going back to the old self. You're working one of these angles all day long. But the average angle is going to be the past. Future? Past. The average individual does not work with the future vision. Fades away. They just keep working from past memories, past way of thinking. They go back to the old self. You must build the new self, build the new image of you. You've got to strategically build the strategy, the ecosystem, the economy, the new economy that you want to build. You have to do that. Does it take discipline? Does it take stretching? Yes, it does. Because if you don't stretch to something new, you go to what you know. You said you wanted to change. You told me, I am ready, I am willing, I want to change. Then you got to be prepared to tell that body to sit down, be quiet, and listen to me. We're going to develop a system that works for us. We're going to build our own economy. We're going to strategically sit down, you're going to be quiet, you're going to listen to me. I'm in charge of me now. I better know who I am is. You're going to have to sit down and think, and then gather the ideas to that definite end. Strategically keep working your imagination till you gather more ideas and things that you can work on purpose, on with purpose. A strategy that you can fulfill, a new destiny that's going to change your life and the life of your family. If you're not working on building the strategies that's going to change your life and the life of your family, you are strategically taking them back in the same path that their family has been. Listen to what I'm saying. If you're not strategically working on a new plan that will build a new strategy that will evolve the way we think, you are strategically placing your future and your family's future back into the old rhythm and rhyme of thinking. Nobody knew this information, nor were they looking for it. I was looking for the truth a long time ago, and I find myself today still looking for truth. Not their truth, not its own truth, because its own truth is a lie. You got to look beyond what you hear, see, taste, touch, smell. And look, what is the things that is creating matter as you see it? The easier way is work with the vision, and it will fade away the illusions that you've had in the past. Work with the goal. Put a vision up. Build the model yourself. You can only change yourself, so you got to build the model yourself. You got to strategically plant people, places, plots, circumstances. You have to strategically plant the people, the places, the plots, the circumstances that are going to change your life, that is going to change their life and the life of their reality. Or we go to old group thought, we follow their lead, we do the same thing, and we strategically plan ourselves with people, places, plots, and circumstances, and then we identify with them, and we stay inspired with that reality, living like them. We are on plan all the time. Whose plan are you on? Who's planning on you on today? Right now, what are you going to do with this information? Are you come here, you come to the seminar. I watch people go to seminars. They weren't going to there to change. They were going there to see if they could do it, but they weren't going there to change. After the seminar is done, they go back to being. They weren't going there to change. They weren't going there to take notes. I'd watch, nobody's taking notes. They're not here to change. Nobody's going to take anything back to go put in a plan and a strategy to go change themselves. They still didn't believe. How are you going to apply what you're learning? And if you don't apply it, you're not ready to change it. You're going to go back to yourself. You're either working with the vision or you're going back to your old self. You're either working with a vision or you're going back to the old self. You're either working with a vision of your own or you're going with them. You don't have a choice. The mind is a movement. And if you're not in control of the movement, they are. The old self-images. And we all know where that came from. Isn't it lovely? Isn't life grand, beautiful? You guys are getting so much information. Isn't life so wonderful when you begin to become aware that you are so much more? And then get the information that's going to help you go there. When you can realize the more conscious you become that you weren't conscious, this is your power. The more you realize that you were stuck, the more you realize how to be unstuck. Life is so wonderful, so grand. What are you going to do with it? It's beautiful that you're figuring out that you're stuck. It's beautiful that you're figuring out that you were using somebody else's ideas for years. It's beautiful. Why? Because now you have the opportunity to change it. Now, everybody else is still there. Be inspired, aspire, change. Change yourself. We're going to jump right into our meditation. You want to relax? Relax the body. Relax. Calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. It is a result of long and patient effort and self-control. It's indication is an expression of ripened experience. Of a more than ordinary knowledge of the operations of thought. A man becomes calm in the measure that he understands himself as a thought-evolved being. Others as the result of thought. Relax your feet, legs, calves, thighs, lower abdominal. I want you to bring your body to the screen of the mind. See your body the way you want to see it. See it glowing, vibrating. Vibrant, filled with light, strong, healthy. I want you to see your body rotating in front of you. Remember, this is yours for the time being. See it the way you want to see it. Feel it the way you want to feel it. Give it life. Give it health. Give it release. Release the abundance. I want you to light up every bone, every muscle, every organ, every cell, every nerve ending, all vibrating with the perfect law of vibration. Perfect light, perfect balance, strong, healthy, from the inside out. Bring this to the now, every energy center, perfect alignment, perfect balance, body, mind, soul, one perfect unit. Relax your shoulders, arms, hands, neck, jaw, forehead to the crown on your head. When you see this light from Mother Earth, you are standing on Mother Earth. Mother Earth is coming into the bottom base of your right foot. You are drawing upon Mother Earth. Mother Earth is given to you. This light is coming in the right leg, circulating into your root energy center. Releasing it out of your left leg back to Mother Earth. Rejuvenating, regenerating, releasing all fears, doubts, worries, anger, envy, hate, jealousy, anything negative you can think of, it is all being released right now. And no longer come back to me. This is not yours, does not belong to you. You've been using ideas. Release all the negative ideas. This is not what you want. I want you to see this cosmic energy coming into the crown of your head, flowing, cleansing, clarifying, rejuvenating. This cosmic light is coming into your brain, eyes, mouth, throat, chest, arms, hands, flowing in, meeting this root energy, Mother Earth, becoming one with it. Becoming one energy, one light. Mother Earth filling, fueling, powering the rest of your body, aligning, Cosmic energy, realigning, retuning. This is who I am. I am the consciousness moving through this body. I am the consciousness thinking. I am prosperity, I am power, I am success, therefore I am always prosperous. See yourself walking in, see yourself creating, see yourself sitting, see yourself imagining, see yourself writing, see yourself reorganizing the people, the places, the plots around you to live the life that you desire. See it, feel it, fall in love with it. But this is yours by divine right. Welcome back. Everyone have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Great day, everyone. Grateful
Thank you.
for
Have a
everything.
wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Have a good day.